Good morning and hey now, PASW staff, clients, friends joining us for a Tuesday film scoring class. Hope you guys had a good vacation day yesterday with Martin Luther King. I figured we should still do our assignment for the week just because it's good to keep up our chops. And this is going to be a fun one. This is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. And we're going to talk about the movie, your assignment, and it's going to be a delightful class, I think. So today we're going to look at the very beautiful film, The Mission. You've probably heard the soundtrack. I've played it quite a bit. We've looked at Ennio Morricone a few times. We scored one of the movies that he did. We rescored it, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Then we did a two-part class on Ennio Morricone where my brother joined us for the second half. And his score to The Mission is considered one of the best soundtracks of all time, really. Has transcended the movie in some ways, where it's become played at weddings and funerals, and you know, it's his favorite soundtrack, and that's saying a lot because he's written about 500 film scores, and he enjoys it. It's very it's just gorgeous score. It's a gorgeous score. So The Mission, 1986. It comes out, directed by Roland Joffe. It's a British director. Most famous for this and The Killing Fields before this movie, and just kind of the basic storyline, because you should know prior to the scene that we're going to watch just the build up. So it's mostly based on a true-ish story, and so in the 1750s, around the middle of the 18th century, and it's like I said, mostly true. Jeremy Irons plays a Spanish Jesuit, and he goes into the South American wilderness to build this mission for these Indians, and tries to convert this region. And Robert De Niro is a slave hunter, so he's kind of the villain in the beginning part of the movie, but he's converted and joins Jeremy Irons in his collaboration with the Indians to build this mission, because a lot of these Indians are being enslaved and killed, and this is when Spain sells the colony to Portugal, so they're forced to defend themselves. It's a kind of it's a sad movie. It's endearing. It's got a lot of strong themes and symbolism in it. Also, music plays a huge part in it. We talked about Ennio Morricone, Italian composer, and this score features the oboe a lot. Gabriel's oboe is the main theme in this film, and Gabriel is the character's name for Jeremy Irons, the actor. So the movie starts with a pretty provocative scene of a priest being crucified and sent down the waterfalls, because the Indians don't want anything to do with these Jesuit priests. They don't want. So they kill this priest, and he's a friend of Jeremy Irons, because he's a priest as well. And so Gabriel decides to still go up the mountain, trek up the mountain, and still tries to communicate, connect with them, talk to them, because they're being killed, they're being enslaved, and he tries to interact with them. So this isn't the scene we're going to score, but this is a scene to kind of introduce you to the movie. This is in the beginning when he first goes up to try to interact with them. So let's just take a look at this scene.
tanya ko sima. Jangan tanya ko sima. Menghantam gua simpul, ha? Mengfoto menghantam foto ya gua sih. Oh mau. Siro deu abi siro sibadi. Lumai juga, kan mana dia, mana dia warga tu mah, mana sih? Warga ro. Warga tu mah pun warga guru nu pang. Mas numar.
With an orchestra, the Jesuits could have subdued the whole continent.
So I love that line that the narrator says, with an orchestra, the Jesuits could have subdued the whole continent. And that shows you how important music is. Of course, we know that in our lives, but to this movie, music is the symbol of humanity. This is the symbol of Jeremy Irons connecting to these people and vice versa, these people hearing this beautiful oboe. It's kind of, it's kind of like an Indian flute. I mean, that he has, and they crack it at first, but they're not sure about what he's doing. But because of this beautiful melody he's playing from it, perhaps they trust him. Or this is another, it's the cliche of, music is universal language, but cliches are usually true. So, I love that, if they brought an orchestra and what, it's kind of a hippie thing to say, but I mean, music could solve a lot of peace, a lot of conflict, especially something as beautiful as Morricone's score. So music's a huge part of this, in this movie, of getting people to connect, trusting, acceptance, these things. So the scene that we're going to be scoring is, so Robert De Niro's character is kind of, like I said, the villain in it, and he's this killer, and his wife tells him that she's fallen in love with his brother, and he is in a rage and kills his brother, and is acquitted but feels guilt. And Jeremy Irons goes to him and says, if you want to be absolved of your sin, come with me. Come help us build this mission. Come up the mountain. Come and offer your life over to servitude, and he does, and it's tough. So this is a scene where he is carrying this weight of all this stuff up to the mountain, and it's beautiful because he's reached this point where he is going to transition into a new part of his life by being up there with these Indians and the priests and building a mission, and kind of, and this happens like in the middle of the movie. This isn't the ending or anything. The ending's a little sad, but true of life. So let's take a look at the scene with the score. So very touching, right? And the music comes in later at the kind of in the mid to end, and it's such a sensitive, sweeping score. So you see the pain in Robert De Niro's eyes. You see the struggle. You see the weight lifted off his shoulders of acceptance into the arms of Jeremy Irons and into this beautiful, accepting kind of new world that he's in. He's used to being in the, you know, in the Spain, in the city, and now he's in this forest, in this jungle, and he's in this new part of his life. So there's feelings of, you know, fear and anxiety, and then he hands over himself to them. So he's crying, but it's all, you know, and it starts off very tragic, but it kind of ends in this way of he feels so helpless, and they want to comfort him, and this. Let's take a look at it without the score. Still very sad, just the same amount of emotion, but there's no music. So our job is going to be not finding our favorite song, not finding what is fun to dance to. It needs to. I really want it to fit the emotion and sensitivity of this scene. Now it can start wherever you want it to start in this scene. It doesn't have to begin where Morricone's score begins. But I do want it to be very appropriate for the scene. Now, with The Godfather, you did a great job of doing that, because remember, we elevate this class every time. And last time I wanted you to come up with a period piece for the 1940s, and we did do that. So you know, I may respond back to you saying, is this really the right choice? And you guys are getting better and better. But I do want you to pick something that's going to be sensitive and emotional for this scene, because it is a very emotional scene. It's sad and happy and all of these different things. But so that's going to be your assignment. I know you're going to do a great job, and send me something by tomorrow, by Wednesday, and we're gonna see our score on Friday. So this is the Mission movie, and it's wonderful and beautiful, and you should watch it. And I guess that's it. I think that's all I have to say. Miss you and love you, and I will see you tomorrow.